Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Smarta
with Marta. Today we're doing the answers for the partitioning lesson part 2. But before we do that, we just wanted to do what we usually do and tell you a couple of jokes. When you watch this, it won't be Easter anymore, but when we're making this, it's still Easter weekend. So we thought we'd put in some Easter jokes.
Sounds good. So the first one is, what kind of stories does Easter Bunny like?
I don't know.
Ones with a happy ending.
Oh, of course. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Somebody.
Somebody who?
Somebody's been eating all my candy.
Probably Rexy.
We'll see about that. All right. We also wanted to do a couple of, I guess you call them shout outs.
Yeah.
We're kind of old. We don't know how to use those kind of words, but I think we're calling them shout outs. We wanted to talk about a couple of things that kids have sent us last week. So why don't you go first?
Sure. Owen and his dad sent pictures with Owen's writing of him and Owen building a bat box in their backyard. Remember the bat box we showed in class, boys and girls? Well, Owen and his dad built one together in the backyard, sent a whole pile of pictures from beginning to end. Owen measuring, Owen gluing, Owen cutting, Owen proudly holding up the bat box in the end. Owen, fantastic job. That is learning at its finest, exploration and play combined into one. Fantastic job, Owen.
Awesome job. You did some math, you did some building. Awesome. I wanted to mention Elsie, who wrote a story at home, but she didn't just send me her story. She had someone videotape her reading her story, and she sent me a video of it, which I really liked. So thank you for that, Elsie. Okay, so we're going to go do the answers for partitioning part 2. So meet me at the easel. Okay, we're back. We're going to do the answers for partitioning part 2. These are the questions that you did on your own after you watched the last video. So with you, you have your sheet of paper and you've got your work on it and your answers, and we're going to see how you did now. So we're going to start with 53 plus 84. What's the first thing I do? Do you know what? I'm not even going to ask you. I'm just going to show you because you already did it. So first thing, stack them up. 53 plus 84. Put my equals line. Next, I break it into parts. 50, this is a very awkward angle for me. I'm going to have to turn a little bit away from you to do this. 50 plus 3 and 80 plus 4. Then I put my equals line underneath. The next thing I need to do is I need to add up 50 and 80. So I know I'm going to put the 0 there because it's tens. 5 tens and 8 tens is 13 tens, which is the same as 130. Then I do plus 3 plus 4 is 7. 130 plus 7. Imagine if I just say it fast. 137. Just like that. 137. All right. Number 1. Did you get it right? Give yourself a little check mark on your paper. If you didn't get it right, pause, fix it up, put your check mark, keep going. All right, 61 plus 93, we stack it up first. 61 plus 93, put your equals line. Next, I break it into parts. 60 plus 1, 90 plus 3. Then I put my equals lines. Now I'm going to add 60 and 90. It's 6 tens and 9 tens. I put the 0. 6 and 9 is 15. I have 15 tens, which is the same as 150. Now I have 1 plus 3 is 4. 150 and 4 is, say it fast, 154. 154. All right, I'm going to draw the line. Give yourself a check mark. If you need to fix it, remember you can pause the video, fix it up. When you're done, come back. All right, Mr. Murda, this feels like it's turning away. Can you still see it? Good. Okay, stack it up. 68 plus 75. Oh, I can see this is the hardest grade 2 partitioning that you need to know how to do. If you can do this, you're good. All right, 68 broken into parts. 60 plus 8. 70 plus 5. Put your equals line. Then I add 60 and 70. 6 tens and 7 tens is 13 tens, which is 130. 8 and 5 is 13. Now I can see that this one is a little bit harder to add in my head. Some of you might have done it already. Good for you if you can do that in your head, but if you can't do it in your head yet, let's split this up to make it easier. So 13 splits into 10 and 3. So now I have 130 plus 10 more. Remember, if that's too hard for you, think about 30 and 10 more is 40. So 130 and 10 more is 140. So 130, 140, 143. Boy, I sure hope I don't make a mistake. That would really mess you guys up, wouldn't it? Mr. Marta, you'll tell me if I make a mistake, right? Okay. Everybody makes mistakes, even teachers sometimes. Okay, last one of the on your own grade 2 questions. We're going to stack it up. It's a little bit harder to write at the bottom. It might get messy. 93 plus 49. Step 1, stack it up. Step 2, break it into parts. 90 and 3, 40 and 9. You'll notice that you could say plus or and, it means the same thing.
Mrs. Marta, for the last question, draw my arrows I like just for me.
Okay, this is for Mr. Marta. He really likes to have, do you know what? I'll give you 2 of them. Then it's 2 my way and 2 your way, because that's fair. All right, now I put my equals line. Now I do 90 and 40. So that's 9 tens and 4 tens. I put the 0, 9 and 4. It's 13. Look at that. I have 3 of them that are 130. And they're all different. I have 50 and 80, 60 and 70, 90 and 40. That's a coincidence, Mr. Marta. All right. 3 and 9 is 12. Some of you are probably able to add that in your head, but for people like me who need to break it into more steps, we go like this. 12 splits into 10 and 2. 130 plus 10 plus 2. So 130 and 10 more, well, we just did this last time, right? It's 140, but it's not 143 this time. It's 142. All right, give yourself a check mark, a star, a happy face, whatever you like to do. If you need to fix it up, pause the video, fix it up. If you did the challenge questions, let's have a look at those. So we're gonna start with our super challenge. It's already stacked up for us, so the next thing we have to do is break it into parts. Do you know what's a super challenge for me? Not pushing this easel over when I write on it. I am missing my easel at school. All right, 600 plus 40 plus 3. Then I'm going to split this one into 100 plus 70 plus 9. Then I do my equal line. 600 plus 100 is 700. 40 plus 70 is 110. 3 plus 9, the easel's really trying to escape. 3 plus 9 is 12. Now I can see 2 numbers that I need to break down to make this a little bit easier for me. 700 is easy. It's got the 2 zeros at the end. I don't need to break that one up. 110 breaks up into 100 plus 10. 12 breaks up into 10 and 2, and I'll just put the 700 there. So I have 700 plus 100 is 800, 810, 820, 822. All right, if you got that one right, give yourself like 5 check marks because that was a hard one. All right, we're on to the super infinity mega hard challenge.
Marta made a hard one here.
All right, number 1, we're gonna stack it up. 786 plus 587. Job 1, break it into parts. 700 plus 80 plus 6. 500 plus 80 plus 7. Put the equals line. 700 plus 500, that's a big one. We know it's 100. 7 and 5 is 12. Remember, we could have 1200 or we could say 1200. Next, we have 80 and 80. I know the double 8 and 8 is 16. 16 tens, so I put the 0. And then 6 and 7 is 13. Now, yesterday when we did this one, we didn't split it up, but today we're going to split it up just in case you want to. You don't need to, but you can. If I was going to split this up, I would split it up into 1,000 plus 200. Then I'm going to split this one into 100 plus 60. Then I'm going to split this one into 10 plus 3. That is a lot. Are you ready? 1,000 plus 200 is 1,200. Plus another 100 is 1,300. 1,360, 1,370, 1,373. Mr. Marta, are you checking my work?
You're doing good.
Whew. I was worried about doing it wrong on the video. All right, so we have 1,373. If you got that one right, it's like star, happy face, check mark, more check marks, different kinds of stars. Awesome job, because that is super infinity mega hard.
That's like way grade 3 work.
It's the hardest grade 3 partitioning that we would ever ask you to do. So if you can do this, you're ready for next year. All right, now I wanted to say, if you need more practice and you don't know how to make up your own questions, let's say you're making up grade 2 questions like you want. You get your 10-sided dice. Some of you said you had them at home already. Some of you, we put it in those bags that your parents picked up. If you don't have one, if you Google 10-sided dice, you can get one on the computer that will just roll on the computer. But I like to use the regular dice. So if I was, it's going to be loud, isn't it?
Just go ahead and do it, Mr. Marta.
All right, so I would go like this. I'm trying to make up a question for myself. I got a 4. Then I roll it again. I got a 6. I roll it again. I got a 5. I roll it again. I got a 3. Just got a question. That's an easy way to make random questions for yourself. What am I missing? I can't just leave it like that. Right. Because we don't know what to do with it. I need to put the plus sign so we know that it's an addition question. All right, Mr. Marta, I think that's it. Is there anything else I need to say over here?
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Now, don't go away because you don't want to miss Rexy's joke. Okay. All right, so that was our last video of the week. We're going to be doing more videos for you next week, and we'd really like to share some of the things you've been doing. So if you could send us messages with writing or photos or videos, we might share what you've done next week in our videos. Also, we would like you to share your jokes with us because we're running out of jokes to tell you. So we need 2 jokes for every video at the beginning and 1 dino joke at the end of every video from Rexy. So if you have jokes, send those in too. Mr. Marta, do you remember before when I said somebody's been eating all my candy?
Yeah, I do.
Look over there.
Yeah, I did notice this, and Rexy and I were having a conversation. He says, these Easter goodies are his, and he's not sharing. And when a T-Rex says he don't touch his chocolate, you listen. Or at least I do. So if you want to have a conversation with Rexy, you can, but I ain't going near his chocolate.
All right, Rexy, how about this? How about if you share 1 piece of chocolate with me if I tell your dino joke today? Yeah? Okay. Why did the Easter Bunny cross the road?
Why?
Because Rexy was chasing him trying to get all his chocolate. Very good joke, Rexy.